So we're going to talk a little bit here about sleep. And some of you may be aware of our Healthy by Choice classes, our videos. Sleep Matters is one of the subjects we talk about. And it's one I really enjoy talking about because it's very, very important for our health. Many of us perceive, and I do say the general public perceive health as an unproductive part of the day, when physiologically, it's probably our most productive part of the day. It is extremely important. So here is a quote by the father of sleep medicine, and I know many of you have seen this before, and that's William C. Dement from Stanford University. And quote, he says, healthy sleep has been empirically proven to be the single most important determinant in predicting longevity, more important than diet, exercise, or heredity. Very, very powerful statement. I'll give you guys a little suggestion for a great book, a little night table reading, if you will. And that's Why We Sleep by Dr. Matthew Walker. He's at the University of California, Berkeley, Department of Neurosciences and Psychology. And there's a lot of great tips. It's a very easy read. He also, if you just search him on Google or any search engine, he has a lot of TED Talks, some very short videos that are very, very informative as far as sleep. And here's a quote from his book that he says, I used to suggest that sleep is the third pillar of good health, along with diet and exercise, but I don't agree with that anymore. Sleep is the single most effective thing you can do to reset your brain and body for health. So how did you sleep last night? Or how did your friends sleep? How did your family members sleep? Well, chances are probably not very well. In fact, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention calls insufficient sleep a public health epidemic. The World Health Organization calls it a global epidemic of sleeplessness. And what is a global epidemic? It's a pandemic, really. So it is very important, and people need to be aware of the importance of sleep. So here's a study done by the National Sleep Foundation. And what they did is they looked at different countries and how many hours the average adult slept per work night. Now, you can see in the US here, it's about 6.5 hours. And research indicates that sleeping less than 8 hours each night or poor quality sleep has been associated with many health risks. And it's estimated that 2 in 3 adults, again by the World Health Organization, do not get enough sleep. And poor sleep has been associated with fatigue, heart disease, weight gain, diabetes, anxiety, stroke, kidney disease, and many forms of cancer. So the lack of sleep also prevents our brain from making new memories. It's kind of like emails coming into your inbox and they're just bounced. You can't commit them to a memory. It also decreases our immune efficiency up to 70%. And because of this, what they've noticed is we have a reduction in what we call natural killer cells, which help protect our bodies from many diseases, including cancer, which is why poor sleep is linked to cancer. And the 3 most linked there are breast cancer, prostate cancer, and cancer of the bowel. In fact, the World Health Organization just recently, because of this association, just recently classified any nighttime shift work as a probable carcinogen. There's also detrimental effects to our cardiovascular system and our cardiovascular health, because it's during deep sleep that we get a natural decrease in heart rate and blood pressure. It's kind of a natural blood pressure medication at night. If we aren't getting that sleep, we don't reset that, and our blood pressure tends to go up. So it can cause a lot of problems for cardiovascular health. So how much sleep do we need? I think actually maybe a better question might be, what's the recycle rate of a human being? How long can we go without sleep before we see some impairments? And the answer to that seems to be around 16 hours. After 16 hours of being awake, the brain begins to fail. In other words, you think you're doing yourself a favor with less sleep by staying up late, but that's just not true cognitively, emotionally, or physiologically. Many times we stay up late to finish that project or that term paper or that work assignment or whatever it might be. And we really sometimes even wear that as a badge of courage. I've heard people say, wow, I only sleep 5 hours a night or 4 hours a night. Um, and really, we all need at least 8 hours a night of sleep. So what happens during sleep? And let's kind of look at this from the standpoint of the sleep cycle. There are 5 stages of sleep, and we need 5 complete cycles each night to go through each of these stages 5 times. And each of the cycles takes up to 90 to 110 minutes. Now, even if we're a really efficient sleeper, that equals to about 7.5 hours of sleep. So as we move through these stages, what happens is that certain things can interrupt them. So let's say we're going from stage 2 to stage 3, and all of a sudden we're feeling too hot. So we kick the color covers off. We wake up to do that, and we don't really get to stage 3. We start back at stage 1. And so anything that interrupts this cycle can affect the quality of our sleep. And that can be, we can't relax. We can't shut the brain down to get to sleep. We're in discomfort. And if we hurt, it's very hard to sleep if we hurt. I mentioned temperature fluctuations, either too hot or too cold. And we pull the covers up or we pull the covers off. We feel too heavy in one spot, so we toss and turn a lot and try to get comfortable. Maybe breathing issues interrupts this cycle. And sometimes it's as simple as our head being too hot. We sleep better with our head a couple degrees cooler than the rest of our body. And I think we've all probably experienced this by moving our pillow to try and find a cool spot on the pillow. But when we do that, we've actually interrupted that cycle and it starts all over again. So other sleep problems continue. And here's a study by the Rand Corporation in 2016 that said nearly 30% of Americans lose sleep over economic uncertainties. 30% say they experience mood difficulties that impact their sleep or health. These poor sleepers are twice as likely to follow other unhealthy habits to help get them through the day, whether that's too much caffeine or maybe some alcohol in the evening to help them get to sleep, or even prescription or over-the-counter prescription drugs. And the U.S. economy, this is a big loss. The U.S. economy loses $411 billion due to poor quality or lack of sleep. So the solution can be the Kenko sleep system and the Kenko sleep products. Get quality sleep wherever you are. The Kenko Naturest Fit has been redesigned from our other sleep system to be light and thin and flexible. Heather and I love the portability of this, that we can take it with us, whether we're traveling on the road, whether we're camping, whether we're staying in a hotel or staying at a friend's home. It has 4-sided elasticized skirt that fits over your mattress. And actually, Heather and I have a very thick mattress, and that 12 inches allows it for a very, very good fit that doesn't shift. And it's placed underneath your sheet. We have technology in the Kenko Fit. We have magnetic technology, 800 Gauss button magnets. There's tourmaline to help with relaxation. We have reflective fibers to help regulate body temperature. And again, it's breathable fibers to help support ventilation for temperature control as well. So we also have rubber thane with latex nodules, a durable foam with added latex to make it very comfortable, and the rubber cloth backing helps prevent slippage. As I said, it stays in place very, very well. It provides a massaging effect, helps reduce the effects of stress and fatigue. It promotes continuous relaxation and helps with a restful sleep throughout the night. It's like being cocooned in all these natural energies for a great night's sleep. So again, let's kind of review what wakes us up at night. And this is kind of where I see the importance and the effectiveness of the Kenko Fit and the Kenko sleep system. If we can't relax or if we have discomfort, The magnetic technology and the tourmaline in it helps relax us. When tourmaline is compressed physically or through heat, your body heat, it releases negative ions, which helps calm us down and relax, so we aren't so anxious in bed, either before we go to sleep or while we're sleeping. Temperature fluctuations are alleviated by the bioceramic reflective fibers, so we stay at an even temperature during the evening. If we feel too heavy in one spot, it's the massage nodules that help with that. Tossing and turning is one of the major reasons people get poor sleep. And again, we have breathable fibers that help with those temperature fluctuations as well. I might put a plug in here for the Nikken pillow as well. I've seen it help many people with breathing issues while sleeping. And also, it also has technology in there to keep your head cool. And as I said, we sleep better with our head a couple degrees cooler than the rest of our body. So it's safe and convenient. It's affordable and convenient for travel. It meets fire safety regulations. It's easy to clean. There's no need for detergents. It can be spot cleaned with a damp sponge. And it comes with a 1-year manufacturer's warranty from the date of purchase. It comes in 4 sizes. It comes in a twin, full, queen, or king. And you can get quality sleep wherever you are with the Kenko sleep system. Now, this is something, most of this information I'm giving in this kickoff call to let my other self-care advocates and Nikken wellness business builders to know when we're having a conversation with somebody about sleep, we've got a 70% chance that they're having issues with sleep. Like I said, 2/3 of people report poor quality sleep. And it is extremely important for their health. In fact, I just had a conversation today with one of my clients, and she's a longtime client that uses many of our Nikken technologies. And her response to me when we were talking about her auto ship earlier today was, "What do you have for sleep?" And I know I've had that conversation with her before, but we revisited it, and how timely with a nice promotion going on. So with that, I'll stop sharing. And there's 2 things that I think that are real problems for people being healthy and staying healthy. And the first is dehydration. It's been called an epidemic as well. We have a solution for that with clean, healthy water. And also another great product with the hydrogen being introduced this month as well. And the second is sleep. And I've always called the sleep system the cornerstone of the wellness home. So, Ruben, I want to thank you for inviting me to share. I invite all of you on this call to share with the people you know so they can get a great night's sleep. So thank you, Ruben.